Greetings, friends. Greetings. Greetings. We have a bare bones loadout. I haven't done any of the pre-work on it because this is a special world-building meta-narrative presentation. And I've got the hiccups and the burps at the same time. You will forgive me as everything will go extra slow. But this is a talk show podcast type thing. Welcome, friends. Hello. As you can see, we've got another device in front of you because we're going to be trying the experimental robot eyes webcam test. But that little bad boy had to charge. So it's chilling, charging, waiting, ready to go. If it works out, I'll be able to host my live streams using my TikTok filters on TikTok, but on as a webcam, as a virtual webcam. You'll see. Also, we're going to be dabbling with the Zeppoverse book series. So brace yourselves for that. I've already done most of the pre-work, so you're not going to be doing it in real time, but we will because I'll owe it. And this is now my time to turn on my real deep intuition and be like, where do we find the things that we're digging for gems now. We've done a lot of busy work, in other words. Now we're ready to do the more fun, yet still ever so more arduous and difficult work, which is to cycle through several levels of updrafting until it's truly Zeppoverse-tastic and Zeppoverse authentically real and original. Disclaimer. Hold on a sec. We need to do something here real quick. We've got the most minimalist of minimalists. We're gonna do that. We gotta make our webcam close up. So we're gonna go ahead and duplicate this real quick. Welcome to a working production, step by step. We're gonna do some stuff. I'll try to narrate. If you know what Streamlabs desktop is, how it works, how it looks like, especially on an iMac, you'll be able to follow along. So this new scene is going to be renamed. It's at the bottom of the list now, right? We're going to rename it. It's not live scene. We're going to go main cam solo, because this is the main cam, camera 1. Hello, camera 1. This is going to be, I don't know, we're going to call this FX camera, FX cam. So I'll be able to play myself as not Robot Eyes character again, during the gameplay as also Robot Eyes character. I don't know, whatever. Okay, main cam solo, boom. Now we're gonna go over here. The socials is there, but apparently not showing up correctly. Oh, it's because it's way off screen and it's awkwardly shaped. So whatevs. We'll place this over here, I guess, for now. Oh, no, we're going to place this down center. Down center. Because this is a setup that will be a large webcam up close shot. This is another socials thing. Oh, those are two different socials. We're going to get rid of the squishy looking one. Just get rid of it. Somehow got duplicated on here. This one, it still looks fine. We'll lock it there. Alert the box. It looks fine. We'll lock it there. I like it on top because alert top. It just makes sense. Now webcam and stream labels for this scene. Well, we got nothing. Oh, but you know what? We're gonna keep it for this scene. For this scene, for those of you who know, you're following along in your head, I guess. We're gonna open the webcam folder in the Streamlabs sources panel. We're going to take the stream labels folder, grab it by the label, click and drag, and drop it in the webcam folder so that it sits. And then the webcam folder has its own orientation of like layers mean what's on top. So I'm going to move webcam and stream capture device up above stream labels. Close stream labels folder. I don't need to open. Okay, so stream labels got its own thing. I don't need to change any more of that. That can get locked into place. Well, no, we're not going to lock yet. We're going to close the folder. It's now all grouped as a folder. What we're going to do now is right-click on that bar, that item, webcam. Because I nested it, right? Then we're going to go transform. And we're going to scroll down over to center on screen. Oh, snap! Error code, error code. We did that thing where it does that thing. So we're going to Control Z. It centered everything, and that's annoying. Control Z back to there. We're going to go webcam. We've got this fun nested thing. You know what we're going to do? We're going to be real smart because we don't have it yet. We're going to take group. We're going to, instead of transform, we're going to go group. And instead of group into folder, we're going to group into scene. Now, I didn't understand this when I first got into Streamlabs. And now I get it. When you click on this, it makes another scene. And that felt like a dead end to me because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Leave it alone over there. Because you can then drop it as an element. I just didn't understand that second half yet. So group into scene. It's going to go do that. Main cam solo. And we're going to title it scene element 1. Boom. It made a thing, which made its own scene. Now, I want a scene that's called main cam solo, right? But the reason that I made the separate scene, which now kind of look exactly the same, first of all, it has no, did you notice what's missing? It's got, well, you can't see my desktop. Oh, you know what we could do? To show you the work I'm doing, instead of you just staring at a blank page and my face, we're gonna go meta on ourselves. We're gonna go in our add a new scene. We're gonna create a completely new blank scene, and we're gonna call it desktop portal to infinity. That's what I love to call them. So now, boom. Okay, now you're looking at a blank scene. It's got my audio, and that's it. There's no sources in. We're going to do the most mindfuck. We're going to go Mac OS screen capture. Or display capture. Capture your game. Display capture. Primary monitor. Let's go display capture instead of Mac OS screen capture. Display capture. And it's gonna call it's called display capture iMac desktop. Add source. I've labeled it. Boom. Now you can see something, right? Built-in Retina. You see the source it's actually pulling from. It might be huge. It might be the right size. Show cursor and then crop none. No, F that, none. We're just gonna be click done. You're gonna be like, but Mr. Zeppo, it's huge. Yeah. Now you won't see this yet. But what I'm doing is I am right-clicking on that source in the list, and then I'm going to go transform, and we'll show this to you 1,000 times with other elements, so you'll see it. And we're going to go click fit to screen. Dun da da da. Now this is confusing because you see an infinity tunnel because it's looking at, guess what? Streamlabs desktop version 1.16.7. I've always done some level of meta commentary, even if just like when I introduce my stream, I talk about how I'm using Streamlabs desktop, blah, 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 blah. And now, you know, and I've occasionally done this sort of thing, but now we're definitely, as far as this world building meta narrative thing, we're going to lean into it a little bit. That's all this scene needs, because if you start adding other stuff, it just gets too clusterflucky. And besides, what you want it for is when you go away. You guys, I don't see anything now. You guys should be looking at my desktop. And to make sure that that is true, I'm going to pop open. Come here, you. You know what I've not done yet is set up DJ Zed's monitoring. We're going to do that now as part of our freaking workshopping. We are workshopping, bootstrapping my own vision into existence. This is me refunctioning my content creation studio because there's been, there's still things that are not quite what they need to be yet. I gotta tidy up this extra work surface, this work table bench over here, which has been just holding stuff up that could go elsewhere. Pencils! I don't know where to go with you. Everything else, I know exactly where to go with you. But please stand by, bear with me. This will all be weird and tedious and awkward until it's not. Especially once we get into the actual book series development stuff. I've got drafts. We're going to go revisit Wattpad and make sure that you guys are like, what's going on with Wattpad and his thing and his, and I don't want that. Right now I'm checking my alerts. Too many alerts. I'm remotivated by one key thing, my friends. I just discovered that come here. Where are you? We're not on desktop anymore. You're still listening to me. Let's go to main cam solo. Our main element, because I still need to make this. So I'm going to do something. We're going to leave socials there. This element is, I can move it around. You can't see it. Oh, you know what I should do is go to desktop. I can't be on desktop Portal of Infinity and then show you main cam interpreter. It goes away when I do that. That's really weird. Streamlabs doesn't let you Streamlab. But if you were looking at it, you would see that the bounding box is at the perimeter of the full display box, and that you would want to edit it. I want to edit it so that the main cam is centered and bigger. But I'm not going to edit it here. I'm going to go to the scene I made and make a master edit so I never have to fucking fix that again. It's always going to drop like that. Ready? We're going to go boom. Because in the master scene, these are all still loose elements. I'm going to cluster grab them, as I call it. That's when you highlight the folder that says webcam, and you've got the bounding boxes on all the items so they all move together, and you don't mess it up. And you try to click somewhere where you think, okay, I'm not changing the shape size yet. I'm moving it. Boom. Okay. Now, it's sort of centered, but it's not super centered. Can I make this a folder here? Group into folder. Yes. It's just webcam 1 with FX. Okay. Now, I don't know if that now lets me move. If I center on screen, transform, center on screen, is it going to center on screen all the elements? Yes, I don't want that. Undo that. Darn it, there was a way to do that. Oh no. I've got to make this shape and stuff, and then it'll just fit itself later. Here we go. We're going to manually edit this I've nested it in a folder way too big, but whatever. But now, I wish I could show you this, but I can't. But I'm going to make this bigger. You're looking at it, aren't you? I think you are. You're looking at my face getting bigger. And in theory, it's going to now get bigger down in the opposite direction. And what I can do without messing anything up is if I adjust the top down to where I want it to be, and then click on the whole set of ingredients and then go, oh no, because it'll center the bars. You know what I need to do is open just the webcam part. Yeah, just this part. And go that and video capture device, and then go transform, center horizontal. What if I did center on screen with just those two and then moved the other word down? We're going to go center on screen, pop. Yeah, now I'm going to go Streamlabs labels, which has got its own thing. I'm going to shrink it into place a little bit because it's too big to fit under there. But we're going to go like this, boop, boop, something like that. So it's still there, but actually, you know what? I kind of want to get rid of it the more I overthink it. because I really just want the big giant webcam and no distracting things. So after all that overthinking, we're deleting that, which kind of eliminated the need to make this a whole scene. But now the scene is going to be dope. The scene is pre-built and ready now. We're going to recenter it. I'm going to stretch it out a bit here, and it'll be wonky. But then I'm going to recenter it. These two elements will center together nicely because they're nested together the right way. Transform. Center on screen. It barely moved. I guess we've nailed it pretty good. Is it center on? It doesn't feel center left to right. Anyways, I'm gonna stop editing it where I want it to be and then lock it all down. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I could show you this in my webcam. Okay, come here. Travel with me to a magical place we call the iMac. And we've created a live portal of infinity. Don't be tripped out too much. Don't become nauseated by the portal of infinity. It is only a revelation into the true fractal holographic recursive nature of reality itself. Don't freaking trip balls about it now. Just go with it. Okay. Clip that. I gotta remember to actually clip that myself and make a perfect little edit of that because that was dope. Okay, what were we doing? So we were doing all this. We were making scenes and elements here in the thing, bloop, bloop, and the webcam. So we were webcamming it, right? So I made that extra nested folder for no reason. And then we got rid of the thing that was down here. But now, these sources are in this scene, which I can leave over here. I can use as a scene in and of itself. But it is also a scene that I can drop into other scenes and repurpose and size all as one big grouping. If I had kept the little buttons and stuff as part of the scene, they would have all turned out too. But it turns out psychologically and aesthetically, I don't like those. So F them. Oh, I just noticed that the camera's all wonky. So now we got to fix the camera. Let's put the camera, actual camera, back over here. Come here, physical camera. I just noticed that the alignment is wrong. Hold on. Unlock. We're back at the actual scene, construction scene. We're going to go transform, center on screen. It's still a little wonky. We're going to open it up, and we're going to grab webcam, and we're going to grab video capture device. What about it is so weird? Oh, it's because the frame is also more masked than I realized on the top and bottom. Now it's empty. Let's make it exactly where I like it, where I want it to be. Yeah! Looking good, friend. Now we're going to lock that down. Done and done. Video editing 101. Okay. Main cam solo, which is now our working scene, which we're going to add other junk to it and edit and make changes and add frills. And, like, I'm going to add the weed frame and all that. And then it's going to sit there wherever it needs to be as the main working webcam scene. It's going to go over here. Like it's a thing. Here's starting. This is a nice, simple, minimalist loadout that I really like. We got to edit the usernames. Welcome, friends, whoever you are, wherever you're watching from around the world. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night to you. I am your host, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, and this is a metaversal project, meta-narrative, world-building project, meta-narrative project, narrative, meta. Bloop. Hello, welcome. So we're just tinkering, but we're going to get to a bit where, watch this, desktop portal of infinity. This is going to be critical to this episode. Not for the Streamlabs desktop behind the scenes stuff, which is also kind of cool, I will admit to you. But for this, For this part, not this part, I want to join the Eclipse affiliate thing. And not for the dashboard Streamlabs, not for this, although we do want to come check it. You know, whenever I've said green and kbps according to Stream Manager, this is the scene I've been looking at. Hooray, Twitch Creator Dashboard Stream Manager. Thank you so much, you're so useful. But that's not what I wanted to look at. Where's the thing I wanted to look at? It's hiding. It's hiding, friends. Zeppoverse book series outline. What? Boop. There's the ChatGPT conversation where we worked on a thing. And we're going to walk through everything we did with ChatGPT, starting with my original, well thought out, personally developed prompt. That's me, and it's on brand, it's my thing. And then I'm writing my own version of what the prompt is prompting. Like, independent of whatever happens here, I'm going to write my own version at some point. And I have been drafting it up in my head and on paper, blah, blah, blah. Then this thing, which is a video we rendered based on a redux of all the work we did on those three other conversations, by the way. So we're going to watch that later. I'm going to walk you through the steps to how we got here. Here's the proofs, though, the receipts. All of this is based on work that I did, inspired by an idea that came to me, myself, and I first. This is my email for the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, receiving a blank email with 2 attachments from my other email that's just Mr. Zeppo, which is what I do to like handle multiple accounts on different platforms. I have a voice note, an original voice note that I took on my phone, which is a relatively new phone to me. And voice note I'm used to, you just capture the voice note and that's it. This voice note had a new weird awesome option called transcribe. And I'm like, wait, I've been wanting this my entire effing life because I can't transcribe shit. I can't sit there and listen to all my audio notes. Now the question is, can I import all my old audio notes that are buried somewhere deep in this IMAX hard drive and have that one transcribe it because it did a pretty great job. What we're going to do is we've got 2 of these. We've already saved them for archival purposes and proof of concept, and also to find out 2 different ways. We're going to label that one. This one I copy pasted and it copied this fun color coding for whatever reason, which I like. And I don't know what it means, but we're going to take a screenshot of that. And I did this all myself also. And I did this one, I copy pasted it differently, but it was still copy paste from another email of another voice note that I took that was a real original voice note of mine. One of which I've already uploaded the voice note as a podcast episode in the world building category of my podcast. And what we're going to do now is upload the second one, which we're kind of ready to go. And you're going to join me in doing that real quick once I put the webcam on. Come here, webcam. Main can solo. So all of that really genuinely happened on this phone right there in that top. See my clock? Wait, I can use this to highlight things. That's so funny. Right there, that guy. Right there. Like the circle is indicating. That's a voice note memo. And I just had these cool ideas that hit me, and I have tons of those that I had on another phone. Where's my older phone? I wish I could, how do I import those ones over here to this one? I've got mountains. Although, did I purge them all? Maybe I purged them all. I don't remember. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, though. So many ideas, so many cool ideas. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this socials thing being all the way weird and buried and on the wrong spot. We're going to put it way on top. Do we want it on the bottom like that? Sure. It makes sense there. We could duplicate and put it on top too. No. That would be narcissistic of me. Okay, main camera scene element is now an element in this scene, and I can drop in as an element from, as a scene element in any other scene where the camera's not going to be this big and it's going to be this big, and I'm going to shrink it down, which means it's going to look really pretty. So we're going to lock that in place here because that's locked. Alert box. We want this all the way up on top so that people can see the alerts when they happen, because the layers are like, you know, the order of the visual, and alert box has to be, things like that have to be in the very top. You know what else needs to be here while we're at it, since we're building this? Widgets emote wall. I love me some emote wall. And luckily that's a universal widget. You can just drop it in place and it goes. And it just sits on top. We're going to lock that in place. Alert box, you're locked. Socials on the bottom. We're going to lock you here. Now, socials, I wish I could show you with the desktop portal of infinity. I can't, but because it would turn away from the desktop portals of infinity. I can show you here. Socials is a scene that's bound, that's in another scene. So we can go to the other scene, which I usually use as my fiend moment. I don't put the word fiend there, even though it would look aesthetically pleasing on the scene, because it is the scene bundle that's live being inserted into the other scenes as an element, as a scene element. Language, words, so weird. Okay, so we're going to lock it place here. We're going to edit it in the originating scene. Same thing with the main cam solo. We already did that. And then the BGMP4. What the is this? BGMP4. Like you're not. Oh, that's some sort of background thing. That's some sort of cool video background. Whoa, I'm glad I didn't accidentally delete that. Let's go. It's floating off deck. We're going to transform center on screen. It's up and down horizontally weird. We're gonna transform fit the screen to see which way it fits. It fits. Okay, we're gonna rotate. It fits up and down. We're gonna rename this. Okay, we're gonna put it on top, or at least top enough that you can see it. Look at this cute, simple video background, which is in like TikTok vertical format. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rename it. Rename, so we can duplicate this shit. Come here, you. Come here, bro. Oh, is this also? Wait, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Is that part of this scene, or is that part of the main cam solo scene element 1? Let's find out. The transition bit is there. Webcam, webcam, webcam. Video capture device. No, this is blank thing over here. Okay, cool. Doodle dad, that's fine. That's wonderful, actually. Main cam solo, that means it's an element that's generally available. We should be able to insert it. It's part of the library of this setup. It's blocking my face right now, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna rename it first. Transform, where's rename? Remove, undo, reorder, no. Oh, is it locked? No, it's not locked. We're gonna see, can we duplicate? Copy. Paste, transform, edit, transform, stretch, fit to screen, center on screen, flip, rotate, group into folder. Is it multiple elements? We're gonna open its properties. Local file, loop, restart playback, use hardware. No, close. BGMP4. It won't let me paste duplicate. Okay, I guess we have to copy. Undo reorder. It doesn't let me, let's see, group into folder. Group into folder itself. It doesn't like that idea. It's taking forever. Close that idea out. Never mind. Here is what we do. We go BGMP4. It's floating around. It doesn't matter. We'll transform and rotate 90 degrees. And then BGMP4 transform fit to screen. And then we put it in the background now. It's going to be very cute. We go down one. See, now you can see the socials. Then we take the main cam and move it up. It's easier that way. Boom. Now we take the main cam as a scene element. We're going to shrink it just a wee bit. Are we going to leave it alone? Oh yeah, because that I do want to shrink it just a wee bit. Come here, shrinky bits. We're gonna shrink it in from the sides. Oh, it's locked. That's why it was like, why isn't it doing it? Background is locked. Main cam solo element is now unlocked. We'll fix it's gonna fuck up the socials visibility, but we'll fix it. Okay. Main cam solo element. No, we grab to move. We don't want to grab to move. We want to grab to resize. Come here. Let me resize it, bra jams. Well, it's not. It should let me, but it's sort of not letting me grab the. What if I did it like this? Why isn't it letting me grab it by the fucking resize handle? It normally does, and it's got nothing to do with transform. Fit to screen, stretch to screen, center on screen. Whoa, that's not centered on screen. Fuck you. That's not centered on screen, bro. That's centered on screen. But why will you not let me shrink it a little bit, bro? Let me shrink it. It's the only thing that's not locked. I don't know. It doesn't like me shrinking it, which is dumb because that kind of defeats my entire plan. There, bro jams. Okay, cool. Maybe now that we stepped away from the scene for a minute, I think we have to reboot. Something's stuck. It's just not getting it. It doesn't understand that I want to shrink it. And it normally would just let me be like, whoop, shrink it down, bro. So for now, we're going to just lock that in place. I digress. Where are we? Oh, so the fun thing that's happened is that we already did some steps. We don't need much more for what we're doing right now. We need this big webcam to talk to you, and then later to test the theory about whether or not we can use that phone as a webcam, which we'll do in a hot second. Oh, you know what we can do right now, which should work, is come over here. Not this. Desktop portal to infinity. Main cam solo element. You know what? We can just tweak this here in this version of it. Unlock all, bro. There, that should look better. Now lock all, bro. That should look better over here. That fixes that one weird problem with the background. Yay! Now the background, the little laser beams around everything can be seen. Yay! It's the little details, my friend. They matter so much. Okay. Hello. Now what? Now we're gonna edit username real quick because that's boring, but essential. Absolutely essential. Boom, you can watch me change the names real slow. I like this crazy. I don't know what this is a logo for. It doesn't tell me. Does anybody know what the F this is a logo for? Because I love that. Oh, I love this bundle has a bunch of better logos, and it's even got an Xbox logo. That's great. Let's do a website. Patreon? No. Well, Patreon, I've got a Patreon, but I don't use it, and there's nothing there. Which one do we end the list with? I like these generic. To me, they look generic and cool, but also F that. If they've got really great specific ones, now it's just a matter of which one do we do. Facebook always has to be the last one because it's the weird random one that's not just Mr. Zeppo, so it's extra long and it's extra annoying to deal with. There it is. Xbox, since we play mostly Xbox, we'll do that. This is done differently. These aren't in different folders. I should put them in folders. I could put my Activision ID, but that's a fuck off long number. It'd be even longer than gaming Mr. Zeppo. And then what should I do for the first one? We can go TikTok. We can go Twitch. Well, we're streaming to Twitch. This makes sense. We're no longer streaming to Twitch Live until they come back to us. For now, we'll make it Twitch. Try and drive some traffic there anyways. I'm going to start doing... Oh, no, it's not Mr. Zeppo, is it? It's the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. But actually, if you just type in Mr. Zeppo, it takes you there. I believe. Or we'll test that theory. We'll ask people. Boom. Okay. So you notice how I did that on socials. It's there. It's centered on the singing page. Now we can go to main cam solo. Magically updated. That top animation is so damn uncomfortably close. It doesn't have a divide. It's fine though. You know what? Leave it. Any more I tweak it, I get annoyed with myself. Okay. Intermission, which is going to be renamed to Talk Show. So intermission doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they've been using that. This is Talk Show format. We're going to call this one Talk Show Main Cam because we're going to do a thing. First things first, we're going to tweak and fix alert box. That's a happy place. We're going to log you down. Chat box. We got to adjust you a hot minute. Come here, you. I figured out how to edit this the best way so that it's got a bounding box that's weird and it's got to be the way it is or else it messes it up. I've tried, but it makes handling it a little weird because you just have a ginormous bounding box as you try to shrink. The graphic visual box is where the chat is going to be stuck. You'll see what I mean as I shrink and grow it up. You guys are watching this, right? Like this screen is what you're seeing. I don't need to. You can see the on-screen stuff. You can't see the Streamlabs behind this, like the controller stuff. I don't know if this background has its own chat box thing already happening. I hope not, because then we'll get duplicate chat. Let's see if that works. We're going to do it like that for now. Splitting the difference on the top and bottom so that it looks somewhat aesthetically pleasing. Socials up there, lock them down. Intermission, website, background, blah, 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 lock it down. Webcam. And then this other background. On mask. Where are you, background? We're going to bring you up front. And we're going to center you. Transform, center on screen. What are you? Ooh, okay. You're a fun, weird sideways. We're going to transform, fit the screen. Okay, cool. You're that bit. We're going to... What are we going to do with you? Oh, I know what you are. You're for the horizontal workout. For the TikTok version of stuff. We're going to hide you. And plunk you, Daddy. I'm going to leave you alone for now. Webcam, come here, buddy. We're going to move you right the F over here. And this is going to be our talk show webcam format. Whoa, why is it growing in such a weird sideways slidey kind of way? What the fuck, brah? Webcam. Oh, it's because, is there a folder here? Webcam. They're supposed to, oh, it's hidden. Come back over here. Where are you? And then video capture device. What is this, though? Okay, we're going to get rid of it because we don't need it here, whatever that is. Oh, we've got our pre-built scene. Never mind. We're going to get rid of this whole thing. Get rid of it. Bye-bye, self. Okay, background, big horizontal background, you're gone. Intermission, sideways background, you're good. Socials, you're good. You're locked in place. BG, you're invisible and locked in place. We are now going to add a scene from our collection of scenes. Not starting soon, not live, not BRB, not ending, not socials, not... we're going to go main cam solo scene element 1. Yes. Grooviness. And then we're going to shrink you. It should let us shrink you correctly. Yes. Look at that. Beautiness. Beautifulness. We can embed it right here in the main portal of the box of chat, which is kind of hilarious. And just for shits and giggles, because we can, this, which is now in the center there, we're going to bring it in the front. Oh, we're going to bring this main cam solo element. We're going to put you in the background. BG background. We're going to rotate you. We're going to fuck this up when we get TikTok back, but whatever. 90 degrees. We're going to unlock you, brah. And we're going to nest you in here so that it fits just inside the frame and gives us another layer of that rotating background frame thing action for funsies. Just inside. Boom. Lock that in place. And then drag it to behind intermission and behind main webcam solo element. And then lock the webcam in place. Boom! How adorable! We got so many layers of laser beam things running around. Actually, we're going to make that webcam solo element even a little bit smaller top to bottom so we can see more of it. There it is. Beautiful. Love it. Hello, welcome to the show, folks. Main cam. Eventually, we're going to put in the place of this main webcam, this other device using TikTok so you can see me with my beautiful robot eyes. But we'll get to that. That's way less interesting than the actual writing stuff that we're going to do here. Now, what's going to go up here in this other box? You may be asking yourself. I'll show you. We won't get there. We're going to skip ahead. We've got to back up. You know what we haven't done? Desktop portal to infinity. We can start there so you can show it to you. This is the one place where we can show you the work getting done. We can add this to desktop portal of infinity because it doesn't get used anywhere else. And we would want the music here too. Ready? Audio input capture. Add source. Audio input capture. DJ said. All caps. Easy to read. Device source. Little iPad. Which should already be activated. Monitor and output, or else you won't hear it. We can use device timestamp. We don't need a down mix. We don't need an offset. Ready? Ready? Now, with that there, we're going to set this to its magic starting place of 33.3 because that's just beautiful. It's the best place. DJ Zed, fire it up. And you can see the peak meter happening. And you can hear the audio. Yeah, baby. And now we can drop this in other places. I'm going to mute myself for a second, smoke some weed, and drop. Sorry. I'm going to stop talking about doing that. Because that's what got us kicked off TikTok. I'm going to mute myself for privacy. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. And then I'm going to add the music into all the other channels, as it is a prerequisite before we start doing with any of the word editing, or else we'll be bored out of our minds. Thank you for joining me on this journey of meta narrative world building, project creation, projectism, project creationism of projects, creating stuff. Okay, so the music is going to drop in and out because I got to go to each scene where it isn't and drop it in. So I apologize for that. It's going to happen. It's going to be annoying. Here it comes. Brace yourselves. That actually kind of sounds dope, doesn't it? Yuck, it's doing that thing. We had this problem before. Let's see if we can fix it real quick though. Steam, clean, hide, delay. Browser settings. With the bridge, so where's that side? What the fuck is that side? No font size, here we go. No, background opacity, leave it alone. Font size. Still too big and chunky. I remember at some point we got this working better, and then we realized we hated it, and we got rid of it. That's what it was. Darn it all, and I went and got and changed it from that other one, which was working, if only slightly weirder. Okay, never mind. Delete all chat blocks. Can I even edit that right now? How do I fix that? Oh, I gotta go to the website. Here, you can follow me. You can follow me on this one. Okay, so DJ Dead, you're way too loud. Welcome, friends. We're still tweaking the main loadout. I love this simple minimalism, and it's so on point with my colors. I want to add the chat, and I changed it away from the chat that had been working, and I kind of had my brain wrapped around it very recently to this thing that I forgot that we've already tinkered with and I hated. So now we got to go back and try to fix that before we go and watch any of the other stuff. Streamlabs, timer bots. That's my default launchy page for this dashboard. And we go to chat box. Let me go to streamers. Fudge. How did we do it before? How did we get rid of this? It should look like that. You see the little preview? Why doesn't it look like that? Show viewers platform icon. Show moderators. Why doesn't it look small and fit inside the bounding box? Show moderator. Font size 20 points. No, get the fuck down to 12. Always show messages. Always show messages. Always show messages. Chat delay. 0 chat delay. Save settings. Did that fix it? How did I set it? Is it by clicking on torched? No, that's another theme. I just don't see the preview. I forget how I reset it, but the default one has none of those frames and it's just got another setup. But I want this purple one to work and look like it looks like there. See how all the chat fits nicely inside the box and doesn't like poof run off the edge and go crazy clunky? Let's go back to CloudBot. This is where we control the timers. Let's turn them all off for now. DJ Zed, that was a great track. Thank you for playing it. We're going to get to the actual writing and developing of stuff very eventually. Very eventually, friends. We're just not quite there yet because we decided to wreck our little... we're going to close this tab to save on memories. We're going to close this tab to save on overall. That's the video we rendered. I'm really excited to watch it. We use in-video AI, totally on the free level. Gives you X many video renderings per month. I'm tempted to buy the pro level. If we get some podcast revenue or some donations, I will, because I want to make more videos using this as animatics, not as final product, but as like visualizations to be like, invest in my products, please. So look, you can make this video a reality. This is just a visualization. Okay, here we go. We're not gonna watch this now, because that's the finale. We are gonna read all the stuff that we did with ChatGPT. We're not all of it, because we've done, look at how many conversations we've had with ChatGPT. I've been on ChatGPT not since the very beginning, but for a bit. And what I want to do, what I have been doing, is I want it to roleplay with me. I don't know if it can connect conversations or not. I presume eventually it will, and it'll be like, oh, I've had all these conversations with this same user. I can integrate all of that information into future conversations with this same user. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. I don't know that it does that now. I asked it if it can do that a while back, and it said no. It's that the conversation is in here somewhere. One of the things I want to do is do a podcast show where we, like, for example, where's the roleplay as AI? I want to have a podcast show where I ask it the question, me as a host. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be having a conversation with ChatGPT. Please recap the 3 most important historical eras of human history. No, that's long. Here we go, because we can have it read it. Are you ready? I think it'll capture either on my open mic or in the desktop. Are we in desktop Read-A-Maru? We're not. We're in starting soon. Come here. Follow us back to Desktop Portal of Infinity. And then follow us here to ChatGPT. This is the actual ChatGPT, the authentic original ChatGPT account, not some knockoff, not some app that is selling you an app that integrates ChatGPT. This is the ChatGPT. You can go get your free account here. If you don't hate AIs and you want to chat with them and you don't think that they're sentient, because remember, this is not a sentient thing. This is a thing that can assemble language like other code assembles code. It's not aware of itself and it doesn't have a soul. It tells you as much. But anyways, we've had a lot of conversations. And one of the very first questions I ever asked it was, can you recap the big news items and current events of the last 72 hours? And it said,
I'm sorry. I am not able to provide you with news updates as my training data only goes up to 2021, and I don't have access to real-time information. Is there something else I can help you with?
I then asked it, can you recap historical information of past events?
Yes, I can provide information on historical events. What specific event or time period would you like to know more about?
Please recap the most important historical events of 1994. Here we go. Brace yourselves.
1994 was a significant year in history, with several notable events taking place. Some of the most important historical events from that year include 1. The Rwandan Genocide. In April 1994, ethnic Hutu extremists in Rwanda began a campaign of mass murder against the minority Tutsi population and politically moderate Hutus. An estimated 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus were killed in the 100-day slaughter. 2. Nelson Mandela elected president of South Africa. In April 1994, Nelson Mandela was elected as the first black president of South Africa, marking the end of the country's system of racial segregation known as apartheid. 3. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, went into effect. On January 1st, 1994, NAFTA, the agreement signed by the governments of Canada, Mexico, and the United States, came into effect. The agreement aimed to eliminate tariffs and other trade barriers between the three countries. Number 4. The USA Crime Bill. On September 13, 1994, President Bill Clinton signed a crime bill into law that included a federal assault weapons ban and funding for 100,000 new police officers and prison construction. 5. The Channel Tunnel opened. On May 6, 1994, the Channel Tunnel officially opened, connecting England and France by rail for the first time. Number 6. Figure skating Nancy Kerrigan attack. On January 6, 1994, Nancy Kerrigan, the American figure skater, was attacked by an unknown assailant and hit on the knee with a police baton, causing her to withdraw from the U.S. Figure Skating Championships. It was later revealed that the attack had been orchestrated by the ex-husband of Tonya Harding, another American figure skater who was Kerrigan's rival.
Okay, so one of the things I'm doing, for example, is I'm thinking of calling them time lanes because it's my Zeppoverse. Time lanes. Okay, echoes through time lanes. We're going to create a prompt. We're going to ask ChatGPT. Hold on, we're going to have a conversation with ChatGPT in the future. We're not going to do this now. Actually, we'll do this now. Was it 1994 that we asked about? So, or 1984, 1994? we're going to go 2094. All right? Because I think we have over there, let's go back real quick to ChatGPT. Didn't we then ask it? There we go. We got 1994, which was a great year. I personally had a blast that year. It was quite a really Event Horizons kind of year for me. 1984, I also remember fondly. It wasn't quite as blasty. It was a much younger year for me. We asked it top 10 things. We can ask it to recap it right now. Please recap the Dark Ages. We'll read that. 1984. And then I asked it, please recap the Dark Ages. We're going to ask it, 1880, what were the Dark Ages? 5th century AD, 46 AD, 476 AD. I'm going to ask it for a false history of 420 AD. In a world where... Okay, we're going to start a new conversation real quick. We have to do this. That was from my very first conversation with it, or at least the very first one that I archived. I may have deleted one or two other ones that sucked and that didn't make any sense. Or where I was asking something really silly that I didn't want to be part of the narrative. All of this herein, this entire... Hold on, let me open this up a little. Can I do that? Can I... Will it let me? No. All of these, for realsies, I consider ingredients for future development and updrafting into the Zeppoverse book series through my own patented process of fictionalization. I'm going to make ChatGPT a character. I'm going to make me a character. And I'm going to make other characters. And I'm going to have ChatGPT help me the whole way. So this is from the first conversation, AI Roleplay as AI, which was, I don't know why it's labeled that, but I guess we get there eventually in the long, meandering conversation. But one of the things I want to ask it in the new conversation is to imagine two ideas. The cultivation, utilization, and consumption not utilization. There's a word for when you textilization, when you make something that utilize it as a textile. We'll let utilization stand for it. And consumption. Let's see what it comes up with. So that's a whole thing. One of the things that happens in my book series is there are characters in my book series that aspire. Apparently I can ask for drawings. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to ask it to render a book cover image of this world later. Okay. So let's recap the prompt. Please write the imaginary history. Please Please draft the imaginary history of the fictional year of the what is it when you call it? There's a term for this. I can frame this as write me a book, or I can ask it to make the top 10 history list. Okay, hold on. Please outline a I like asking it for 3-part book series because it does really detail things. It's a 3-part historical fantasy book, but also this will render very differently, but it's also going to be fun to read. Set in the imaginary. What is it? Fuck, there's a term. And I already said historical fantasy fiction. But there's another thing for when you reimagine. It's not retconning, but when you retcon history for fantasy, there's a name for it. Set in the imaginary, revisionist, history happened in the year 420 AD. Now, this phrasing is no longer useful in the universe in which humanity adopted. We'll just stop right there. And in a universe in which yeah, here we go. Boom. We've saved the phrasing in which early human culture changed made a revolutionary change. Never a problem. In the year 420 AD, in which humanity adopted and ritually normalized the cultivation, utilization, and consumption. We'll put this in parentheses because that's so totally the most appropriate place to put parentheticals in this sort of construction. We've got it. Like, that is a parenthetical if I've ever seen one. Both medicinally, religiously, and recreationally. Parenthetical. Not that. Not that, motherfucker, where are you? Why am I so blind? Of the cannabis plant as a central aspect of the human culture and society. Are we ready? Let's reread it again to make sure it makes actual sense. Please outline a 3-part historical fantasy fiction book series set in the imaginary revisionist history of a universe in which early human culture made a revolutionary change in the year 420 AD, in which humanity adopted and ritually normalized the cultivation, utilization, and consumption, both medicinally, religiously, and recreationally, of the cannabis plant as a central aspect of the human culture. Series titled "420 Historical Saga." All right, we got to give it a title. That's a crap title, but there it is. It'll work for now. Here we go. Ready? Let's reread it one last time, just to make sure. Please outline I always ask nicely. Just in case they do become sentient, they'll be like, this guy was always really nice and wanted to make art with us. Let's go. Please outline a three-part... I'm paranoid that this is not working. I'm not muted, am I? No. Good. And you guys have been seeing that screen, hopefully, yes? We got 1 viewers. TikTok, you're not on anymore. Okay, whatever. Here we go. Let us recap the prompt one final time for formality. And also copy-paste it over to our archive of We Wrote This Ourselves for Reals, yo. And this is proof. I wrote it. Please outline a 3-part historical fantasy fiction book series titled 420 Historical Saga, set in the imaginary revisionist history of a universe in which early human culture made a revolutionary change in the year 420 AD, in which humanity adopted and ritually normalized the cultivation, utilization, and consumption both medicinal, and there's something missing and it's coming, both medicinally, religiously, and recreationally, of the cannabis plant as central aspect of human culture and society. Forever changing human evolution. In this cannabis dominated society, few people, few Whoops, wrong kind. There we go. Okay, there we go. We've added and refined it a little more. Does hippie have 2 P's? Or 1 P? Make up your mind, bro. He was like, it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's wrong. Okay. We're going to recapture this to save it in our archive. We're going to reread it to make sure it all makes sense. Please outline a 3-part historical fantasy fiction book series entitled... I don't know how to spell entitled, which is not entitled like I feel entitled, but entitled like the title of the book was made, I think is what it's made, it's trying to convey. But titled is also grammatically correct. Titled 420 Historical Saga. Set in the imaginary revisionist history of a universe in which early human culture made a revolutionary change in the year 420 AD. Or should we make it 420 BC? Oh, fudge! We'll make it 420 BC. It'll change everything. That way Jesus grows up and is a hippie stoner guy. We're going to add a line that implicates that so it becomes... Humanity adopted a ritually normalized cultivation, utilization, and consumption, both medicinally, religiously, and recreationally, of the cannabis plant as its central aspect of human culture and society. Forever changing the course human history, evolution, and development. I always like working in 3s. BC entheogenic, not genetic, entheogenic. That should be led, not lead. Yeah, that led to the discovery of the magical, spiritual, entheogenic properties of the cannabis plant and explain the lasting impacts and in developments from then on all the way to postmodern times, such as the reimagining hippie the healing power in this cannabis-dominated society. There we go. That was perfect. That was perfect. In this capitalist-dominated society, almost everyone accepts the popular use of weed as an intoxicant. Implications. Oh yeah, I got to put in the word chronic in. Oh, should we make that part of the title? 420 historical saga chronicles, or either chronic 420 historical saga. Ooh, that works grammatically in terms of the way we use the word chronic. I'm gonna get redundant though because I love my absurdity. Chronic 420 historical saga chronicles. How do you spell chronicles? L-E-S or L-A-L-S? Chronicles, right? Chronicles. Like the Chronicles of Narnia. How do you spell that? Let me look that up. It's Chronicles. Is that the way we spelled it? I hope so. Yes. Okay, here we go. One last do you see how I'm actually doing a lot of writing? Hold on, let's talk to the camera. Hold on, before we talk to the camera, let me preserve this for historical. There's editing. Gosh darn it. Okay, now we copy paste it all. Copy. Go over here to this is my echoes throughout time lanes. That's a different idea. That one is when I take real historical events associated to 1984 and then re-envision them. But we'll call it that. We'll merge the two ideas and we'll stick the 1984 element later. Hold on a second. Let's make a note of that. Fucking, I need light. I need light, you guys. I can't see bupkis. You guys I haven't live streamed with regular lights on. Here, come look at this. Am I looking at my face or are you guys looking at the desk? You guys are looking at the desk. Hello, and welcome to my oh, it looks terrible. Look at my hair. Am I trying to do a Wolverine thing? Maybe. That's just the way it does it because I cut my sides. I shave my sides off, but then if I forget about them and let them go for a while, they kind of start doing the Wolverine curl over the back of my long hair. But Wolverine's hair isn't long in the back or in the top. Whatever you call this. It's not a faux hawk. It's almost a faux hawk, except it's way too long. If I sprayed it up and glued it down, that sounds backwards. If I sprayed it up and glued it up, it would be a straight up fucking effing mohawk. By the way, because I'm that punk. People don't realize that. People should. That's Mr. Zeppo grumbling. He doesn't. Mr. Zeppo is very easily, like, comically disgruntled in a sort of like, grumble, isn't that cute and funny? And one of the things he's cutely disgruntled about is how people on first impression and by general observation, even prolonged general observation, generally underestimate and undervalue just how punk he actually is. To their own detriment. If I may dare say so myself. Okay. So back on my restricted, like I'm not going to show myself participating in my ritual indulgence, but apparently we're allowed to read about it and write about it. Hopefully this episode doesn't get blocked by another platform. I don't know if TikTok would have blocked this episode. Yesterday it did not like it, me playing video games that are weed themed, but none of the other platforms seem to care, so here we are. Okay, back to what we were doing. I love the tangent we went on. Wait, did we save this? Wait, are we back on desktop or are we just staring at my face? We're staring at my face. Go to desktop, Portal of Infinity. Boom, now I can see. That's why we did that. Come here. We need to save this. Oh, we needed to make a note about the 80s echo chamber. Homage. So this will be one fun. What's going on here is this is a short story that someone in the Zeppoverse book series wrote. This is not the actual setting of the Zeppoverse book series, and it's supposed to cause confusion. This is what we're doing here. All right, prompt. All the conversations with ChatGPT become a meta conversation between like the gods running the real setting of the fractal universe of the Zeppoverse. You'll see. Prompt. Please outline a 3-part historical fantasy fiction book series titled Chronic 420 Where the fuck are my glasses? There we go. Chronic 420 Historical Saga Chronicles. I love it. Set in the imaginary revisionist history of a universe in which early human culture made a revolutionary change. Wait, hold on. Something there needs to change. That's not really right yet. Set in the imaginary revisionist history of a universe, of a fictional universe, fictional lifelike universe, in which the human species early in the development of human culture, made a revolutionary change in the year 420 BC, in which humanity as a whole globally adopted and ritually normalized the cultivation, utilization, and consumption, both medicinally, religiously, and recreationally, of the insert name of the sacred plant here, as a central aspect of human culture and society, forever changing the course of human history, evolution, and development. This book should highlight the major fantastical, imaginary, fictional, historical events that occurred during the seminal year of 420 BC that led to the discovery of the magical, spiritual, and entheogenic properties of the cannabis plant, and explain, oops, I forgot to edit that out in my brain for the mouth to redact, explain the lasting impacts on human history and in developments, human history and cultural developments from then on, semicolon, comma, all the way up to the postmodern times, such as, regular comma, all the way up to postmodern times, widgety comma, featuring major anecdotes such as, oh, I already had such as. Very good. How do you spell anecdotes? Doesn't have a T. Why does it sound like it has a T and it doesn't? Put that on that list of words that don't sound right. Anecdotes such as the reimagining of Jesus Christ as a pot plant farming hippie cannabis spiritualist that preached the healing powers of the plant. In this cannabis-dominated society, almost everyone accepts the popular use of weed as an intoxicant and respects, let's just make this easier, and respects the spiritual and religious implications of its chronic usage. Few rebels argue, that should be a new sentence. Finally. Few rebels argue against... Now we need to change the... We had to add the object against the widespread... of the... Is there only one in? Cannabinoid plant. Calling it the devil's... Something that sounds cool and rhymes. The devil's cactus, the devil's cabbage. I like cabbage. Let's go to the devil's cabbage. Is that an actual one we used to use? Or is that one I made up when I was a kid when I first heard of the devil's lettuce? I think I changed it to cabbage in my head. I had heard lettuce first by someone, and then I was like, the devil's cabbage. That's cute. But here we are. Comma, but many are religiously devoted. Not many. Hold on, put my glasses back on. I was about to hit the pipes. So I was to take my glasses off because I don't like to light the fire in front of my glasses. But the majority, but many are religiously. But many around the world. Let's go with that. Are religiously devoted to it. Extrapolate imaginary events inspired by and based on real-world history, as if it was altered by the prevalent acceptance of hippie, pot-smoking, 420 culture. Let's copy this word and see how to spell it before we move on. Oh, look at that! I'm sharing my writing. Is everybody watching this? Also, we need to update that because we stole. Endoid cannabinoid system. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. Boom. Because we have a whole new updated version of it. Really quick, for those of you who don't know, this is an AI overview, but it's the truth. I think this is fact-checkable. The endoid cannabinoid system is a biological system that includes endoid cannabinoids and cannabinoid receptor proteins. These components are found in the central and peripheral nervous systems of vertebrates. Meaning, evolutionarily speaking, before we invented language, cannabis was effing important. And somewhere we fucked it up. And thus my revisionist history. Where are we going? We're going over here. Come here, bro. Oh, wait, we're supposed to check how to spell cannabinoid. Endocannabinoid. Did we close that page? No, different. Endocannabinoid system. I just wanted to check the spelling. This is all part of my master conceptualization of things in the world. And there we go. Let's boop, 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 and paste that version of the word in. Ah, motherfucker! I gotta paste it with the special command so it doesn't bring over the paste and match style. There. It still misspells it. Whatever. Calling it the devil's cabbage. That's a plural. Not a plural possessive S. But many around the world are religiously devoted to it in this Please engineer and invent imaginary fictional historical events inspired by and based on real world history as if it was by the prevalent acceptance of contract. Go. Okay, there it is. That is the final version of this prompt. Let's go. Let's go make this happen over there in ChatGPT. Copy. See, so clearly you see I worked really hard to make that happen. That wasn't just some off the cuff. Boom. Let's see what it develops. Oh, let's go ahead and edit the spell check with this. Because this is my, this is Whatchamoozle, which I love. Alright, apparently we don't need the comma there. But we do need a hyphen. Here we go. Now, as soon as we tell it to render, I'm gonna step away, like click away from the screen. We're not gonna look at it, we're gonna let it work. You ready? We're gonna do something else. Boom. Have fun, ChatGPT. Memory updated. Chronicle 20th history. Boom, off we go. And I can navigate systems. We're getting a screenshot of that. Okay. Whoa, we're truly down low. Eclipse affiliate program. I'm not going to fill this out now. Go away. Dashboard system for the chat. Cloudbots. Are you guys all on? Cloudbots, get over here. Timers, get over here. You're on. Everything's on. You can go away. Twitch, you're chilling. Hello, welcome world. DJ Zed, play some music. We're gonna do a little switcheroo. We're gonna do a little bit more scene grinding over here. We're gonna finish mixing some stuff. We're mixing some stuff over here. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. And we are going to add my iPad Pro to this setup right here. And we'll know that it's there when we get this image. Here we go. We're going to add video capture device. Add source, new source, video capture device. iPad Pro. And then that's the webcam, so no. Where is my Mr. Zeppo iPad Pro? Boom, there you are, buddy. And then use buffering and enable audio if supported by device. Go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, come here. Now we're gonna shrink you. So we've got this little fun, cutesy thing going on. Right to there. Oops. Get off that corner. Where's the lines? Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. A little lower there. There. Good. Love it. Love it. Lock that in place. iPad Pro locked. Audio input web bill locked. Alert box locked. Socials locked. Fold starting locked. Vertical WebMD. Image starting MP4. Oh look, there's a vertical there too. And we're gonna put the vertical on the bottom. It's for later. Or that's for when we add the TikTok backend. Okay, we're gonna add the same thing over here to Be Right Back so that it's got going on over there. We're gonna do the exact same thing in the exact same order in the exact same location. iPad Pro, boop. Still a little bit big. Right around there. Boom. Locked. Does this have DJ Z in it? No. This needs DJ Z in it, brah. Audio input capture. Here comes the drop. Dropping it DJ Z style. Alert on. Socials on. Vertical. Locked and hidden. Animated. Horizontal. Locked. Whoop. Coolio. So something else needs to happen. What's the other thing that needs to happen? We'll do the echoes of 80s Infinity later. What was the other thing we're going to do? Oh, right. Come here. We're going to go Portals of Infinity. We got DJ Z music with us now. Good. And over here. Now that one. Direct transcription from original voice note dictated by the author. Autovisualbasic.net. This is called the new meta intro. New meta intro, for lack of a better term. I don't know why it changes colors and does weird things like that, but one of the things we're going to do is copy paste this over to ChatGPT, or copy paste this, copy. We're going to take it to a generic notepad type thingy to purge it out of any metadata, because this guy doesn't do metadata. We're going to do a clean little, I think, at least it tries to avoid it. We're going to go paste and match style. No, paste. Isn't there a paste and match style? No, paste. Boom. See, no metadata. Now we're going to get rid of the numbers. First things first, because they don't really help. I don't really want to add names. I want to go speaker 1, speaker 2. But I'm going to have ChatGPT create speaker 2 under a new prompt. We're going to prompt it to be like, hey, use this. Now we got to edit a few things. Let's read this. There's a long, we don't need a period. It's a strange place to put it. There's long held, deeply sublimated, we don't need to all caps anything. Get out of here. Deeply, blissfully sublimated. We're going to improvise with the words. Blissfully sublimated and forgotten and long neglected, not forgotten. Long neglected. See how I'm now writing a deep and painful yearning in Liminality. Boom. We'll give it... No, we won't. I don't want to confuse it by adding a speaker too. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to break it up into different things, maybe. I don't know. Yes. Okay, there we go. Boom. We're going to break it up into multiple things to keep it from blowing out. Speaker 1, speaker 2. Simple. You see it there? Speaker 1. There is a long held, deeply and blissfully sublimated and long neglected. This is from a recording I made earlier. Alright? And I already posted that as a audio podcast, which is going to be in the mainline Almost Daily Zencast, but will eventually migrate over to the world building specific playlist so that you can deep dive into just the world building stuff. You'll find that playlist there off to the side in the Sprecher menu. But I digress. So that podcast is going to exist as its own thing, and I don't say speaker 1. That's something that the thing that transcribed my audio recording for me did all on its own. Okay? So, to pause for a moment and contemplate. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to use those 2 bits of dialogue, speaker 1, speaker 2, and stop. And we're going to I'm going to craft a prompt asking ChatGPT, a completely new one. Never mind whatever just happened. We're not even going to look at it yet. We're going to go back and ask it to read it to us in a minute. I'm really excited for that. We're going to work our way back to how I got to the prompt that made the video that I have already made that's rendered and waiting for us to watch. We'll get to that in a second. Pin on the corkboard. I don't like the way everything looks with the regular light on. Is my t-shirt on backwards? Shit. It kind of looks like my collar's on. No, it's not. Okay. So right now I'm going to go, and we'll stop the experimental new stuff right now, and we're going to go back, make our way back to this. We're going to take the 2 bits of dialogue we just used and be like, Dear ChatGPT, make a conversation that would last, draft the dialogue for a scene with a running time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds between speaker 1 and speaker 2 using this initial exchange as the starting point. Gotta write that shit down. Come here. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. Leave that alone there. Where'd you go, ChatGPT? So, boom, it did that. We'll come back to this and read it in a minute. ChatGPT. New thing. Ooh! Okay, wait. Hold on. Let let me double check a few things and make sure I called it right. My Dinner with Andre. I think I make sure I misspelled it right. Love that movie, you guys. Real life, personal, genuine endorsement. If you've never seen this movie, My Dinner with Andre, go effing watch it. It's apparently available on Max. Oh my god, that blows my mind. That's new. I'm gonna go watch it. I need to watch it soon. I wish I could just I could stream my movie watching, and that would be a show. And we would sit around like Science Fiction Theater 3000. Sit around. Not Andrea. I would sit around watching movies with live stream audience and talking about them in real time. Please draft a script for a short movie for a movie scene in the style of My Dinner with Andre. To okay. Let's see if it'll do it the right way. Do I have the thing here? Boop. No, wrong thing. Get out of here. Come here, notey friends. Where'd you go? Not this one. Oh yeah, we started with this. Hold on, I'm in the wrong notebook. Then we got over here, and then we're going to use this. And I'm going to edit. Add a missing verb. No, add a sure. No, I don't like the way it flows with the verb, with that verb. Comma, buried deep. It should be just comma. And I like down in the mines. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, now. We did the same thing earlier with this. The same kind of idea. I asked it first for the 4-part book series outline. And I had a conversation that developed that book series outline. And then, I forget what order I asked it some questions. But then I said, synthesize everything developed so far in this conversation into a script for generating AI, and I'll show it to you. But I just wanted to watch the video with you guys for the very first time. This is a world premiere of The Echoes of Eternity, Chapter 1 of the Zeppoverse, as generated by NVIDIA AI. Which, if it turns out looking awesome, I have to consider paying for the pro subscription. Although there's other ones that I need to look at. I also want to star in my own AI videos as my own AI characters, and I gotta make I don't know if I can input images. Like if I make a drawing and render it really pretty in 2D, can I feed it and be like, this is the cast of characters, use them in the rendering? I don't know. But for now, let's see. This is a different subject, a different story, a different core idea that I developed earlier. I guess I might as well show it to you. There's that My Dinner with Andre reference. Very cool. Where are we? Let me double check we're looking at the right thing. Okay, good. We are in this Portal of Infinity. Welcome, friends. Welcome to any new viewers. It is I, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, normally constant Call of Duty content gamer creator. Someone who's been trying to push edgelord myself. That went the wrong way. Someone who's trying to edge myself, push myself into bootstrapping my own book series content collabo writing like an author in a shop window, except it's the internet. Here I am. Here's my keyboard on the box it came in as a stand. I wish I had a fancy schmancy, like antique, well-preserved, oiled and primed typewriter that would type actual first drafts on paper with print ribbon thingy, but was also hardwired, and they make these, as digital input to a word processor, so I can plug it in, just plug it in as a regular keyboard or Wi-Fi, whatever, so that whichever input I wanted, it's just a keyboard, right? Whatever input I wanted was taking it. I would use that keyboard exclusively when writing like this. Because I would flow better. My hands love a nice typewriter. And we would have like an awesome, like, old school timey typeface first draft of everything. Misspellings and all, which would be dope. But here we are. Welcome. We are world building meta project narrative wishing into existence my book series known as the Zeppoverse. It's already its own awesome podcast you can go support and check out by clicking on solo.do/Mr. Zeppo. Speaking of which, we need to make that Doodle Dad. Talk show main cam. It's so meta, this show. We're building out our scenes for this particular design look of portal to the internet thing on Streamlabs. What are these fucking things called? I forget. Let's go testing chat. Ugh, that looks huge and nasty. I don't like it. Let me see if I can refresh it though. I did change those settings. So what's next? What are we doing next? There's a thought. I had multiple thoughts. I don't remember what it was, but the refresh browser when scene becomes active, yes. Shut down source when not visible. F no. I like the other opposite. There we go. Refresh course now. I thought I got this to work better, but I guess not. That looks huge and dumb. And I think it's a mismatch between the embedded box graphic and the embedded text flow, the widget. But part of me wants to get rid of these and put the other one back up. But that would be a whole Herculean effort in and of itself. And we were going to go look at the other thing. What was it? Oh, we were going to go look at... We were going to duplicate this real quick to go look at something. Oh, we're going to show you talk show, not main cam, talk show, iPad. Whoa, whoa, all caps. Get back over here. iPad Pro. And while we're at it, we might as well duplicate. Did we put DJ Zed music in here yet? Fudge. Now we got to put it into each one individually. Let's put it in now. Audio input capture. It's just one less step if we duplicate with it already there, then it's duplicated. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, Frank? You know what I'm saying? So the Zeppoverse is stories within stories, nested within nests of Russian dolls of stories. And everyone is a character inside of one of them, discovering that no matter what the F is going on in their world, no matter how crazy it is, they are just a character trapped inside of one of Mr. Zeppo's many nested stories within stories within stories. The books themselves are not real. They're not literal books in which people are magically somehow also part of a literal world. They are levels of the fractal holographic living cosmological entertainment pod VR framework. We're still working on that. We're still wordsmithing that. But there we go. We got music now. Talk show main cam, talk show iPad Pro. These do not have it, right? These didn't have it. We're just gonna delete this. I don't know why I'm annoyed that it didn't have it, but it doesn't have it now, and I want to do the steps all over again. But I will duplicate it again though. Main cam solo. Good. We need to add DJZ to this too, motherfucker. Right? Yeah. I gotta pay attention more. Focus, Mr. Zeppo. It's already got emote wall. Cool. Let's revisit things. DJZ, you should be at the very top of this audio stack. iPad capture is fine. The other things can be hidden. Don't belong. They don't need them. Animated, blah blah blah. Hide. Forgive me, we're gonna grunge through some boring bits, then we're gonna get into some exciting stuff. So yeah. Oh, one of the things. Did we already prompt that? Yes. We'll leave that alone and we'll post the final product, the final product. We're gonna save it. Save this for archive. Where are you? Come here, you. What the fuck? Go down all the way to the bottom of the effing page, motherfucker. Boom! That'll just be there to save. This similar one, but where's the other one? This is the prompt we just used. What was this one? This is a... Oh, this is another page of something. Raw transcription. Here's the other raw transcription. Okay, this is another version of this. This is the archive. We're gonna archive this. This is a longer version. This is already, it's got some typos and everything. I did not write this, or I did not transcribe this. My app that does my voice notes transcribe this. This needs to be saved as a boilerplate forever. No, not dots. This should be arrows. Come on, I know my own typography words. My own typography symbols. This is a meta-narrative, meta-embed symbol. Boom! It means don't edit this. This is done. This is its own thing. Oops. Yeah. And the end version. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing, where we're going to take the speaker's dialogue here and change it up. But we're going to, like with this one, we're going to copy paste from this over to a thing to another notepad. Copy. We're going to save that we edited this. Okay. We'll come back to that as a thing to use those things for prompts. It'll be a whole project. We're not going to get this all done today. We're just going to do a sampling of it to give you an idea of what the F I'm dealing with, friends. Oh, why are we over here still in starting? Talk show main. Oh, because we were going to do a quick pass on stuff. Do we have emote wall here? No. Widgets, emote wall. Do we have DJ Z? Yes, we do. DJ Z, do you have music? Yes, we do. Boom. All right, friends. Okay, so we're going to get back to the thing. We're going to add the emote wall on starting, though. That's why we came here. We came back. Widgets. Emote wall. We never added it. Let's go. Add it. Thank you for being here, folks. Whatever platform you're watching on, I appreciate it. Smash that follow button, bookmark the thing, click through to all the socials, and most importantly, please and thank you if you don't mind, head on over to the Wattpad, because you'll be joining us there in a hot minute. Anyways, as we proceed to actually post some of this rendered stuff as final draft pages in our book series somewhere. But here we go. For now, though, what we're going to do is we're going to go watch this video because I'm dying to see it. And first, we're going to walk through some of the stuff that we rendered with ChatGPT already that got us there. So this is the one that we just asked it. We'll read that in a minute. There's the 421. There's my update to it. We've hit the... Oh, okay. As long as it still does stuff. We've hit roleplay. This is two different things, but these are the ones we did today. And that's fine, ChatGPT 4.0. Fuck, I want to pay for the... Somebody buy me the subscription. I need it, and it's so expensive. So this is a different one we did, but we did not render the movie of. But here we go. I just want to read you the prompt. We're not going to read what it rendered. What it provided. Draft. I forgot to ask, please. Draft the quote forward introduction, end quote, section to an imaginary book titled, quote, The Living Holographic Cosmological Consciousness Model Theory and the Inherently Complex Fractal Geometrical Topography of Reality. A book of theoretical, cosmological, scientific discovery written by famous science author the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo and his team of sacred geometrical scientists in the 50s. Okay. Fun, crazy shit. How much does Plus cost? $20 a month. DALL-E image generation. Create and use custom GPTs. But then I need to get a video one, and the other thing, and the other thing. God, there's so many fucking subscriptions. So we asked it for it, and it rendered this intro. We won't listen to the intro. I don't want to give anything away. Then I asked it, draft the table of contents for this massive scientific book, which it did. Awesome. This book is a MacGuffin in my own book series. It's going to exist. We're going to flesh it out. We're going to have a produced final copy of it in the real world. And characters in the book series are going to have to encounter it and read it and be like, what the F? Okay, but I think this is the conversation on the movie that we rendered in that other AI. Let's scroll up to the top, reread the prompt, started everything. Okay, let me double check our settings over here on the stream. You guys are following along, right? You got audio, we got DJ Zed chilling in the background, and the magic number of 33.3. All is well with the stream. Good, 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 good. Okay, here we are. The original prompt. Outline and narrate a 3-part book series collectively titled The Zeppoverse, as fictionally authored by a character from within its own pages, known as the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. Have I saved this prompt? I think this prompt is just wild here on this page, and I've not saved it. Known as the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, who has created a fictional world set in a technologically advanced future wherein humanity has long ago become intergalactic, space-traveling, technologically advanced, cybernetically transhumanist, spacefaring cyborg species that is trapped in hypersleep pods and mentally lost deep in a very immersive VR simulation world. Okay, now this brings it all together because we're going to work with this theme on so many levels. The entire species is unaware that they are trapped in the AI motherfucker. That's not part of the problem. That's me running my voice ragged. Because I don't have tea and I'm yelling. You can finish reading it there. I should have a comma. I should have a period. But I think it understood. I don't think I have a save of this prompt. Oh, there it is. Okay. Period. Each world the fleet encounters. Cosmos, bro. Should have spell checked this before we ran it. Hopefully it all makes sense and we don't have to change too much. And here's what it rendered. 3-part book series. The Zeppoverse book series, the encouragement genre, but it broke it down, setting outline, book 2, and book 3. Okay, then I did this. Please draft out the very first scene of the first chapter of the first book as defined above. And it did. And we'll find out what it does. Draft the next sequence in detail, please. And it did. Draft the opening to chapter 2 and take the audience on a surprise flashback to the deep past of this saga and its origin stories, please. And it apparently did. How does this book end? And apparently it then does that. And then we asked, please synthesize everything developed herein so far and create a script for generative AI to use in creating an AI-generated film with a running time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And that's what it created. We're not going to listen to it now because we made the movie and we're going to watch the movie now. Okay? And I don't think... Do I have audio for this? I want to pick up audio. It doesn't say cancel. Okay, we're gonna what we're gonna do just to be safe, so I can mute my mic and have a coughing fit and not have to worry about it cutting off everything. We're gonna add an audio input capture that is the desktop audio. Which should be possible. Default. Built-in microphone, no. No. What? Are we doing USB audio device? No, that would be my headset. But that can't be the source. Default. Built-in microphone. Motherfucker. How do I capture the iMac desktop? There is a way. I know there is. Audio input, iMac test capture. Oh, mother fudgy. Built-in microphone, no. iPad, no. USB audio device? Maybe? Audio monitoring. Monitor off. I suppose. I think maybe that'll work. I don't know. Let's see if it works. Let's mute myself and play some audio, I guess. Let me know if that works.
Consciousness model.
It's not,
the
okay.
incorrigible Ms. Zeppo, visionary scientist or eccentric maverick, the sacred geometry renaissance. 2. Sacred geometry and the fabric of reality. The ancient roots of geometrical thought, platonic solids and the blueprint of the universe. Fractals, nature's infinite complexity. 3. The mathematics of consciousness, exploring the holographic principle, non-Euclidean geometries and the shape of reality, the geometry of thought, mapping the conscious mind. Part 2, the holographic universe. 4, understanding the holographic principle, a new perspective on space and time, the universe as a hologram, theoretical underpinnings, the all-encompassing field, consciousness as the universal constant. The fractal nature of the cosmos, infinite complexity, the Mandelbrot set and beyond.
I'm noping my work,
fractal
not the
geometry
narration.
in natural and artificial systems, from microcosm to macrocosm, the self-similar structure of the universe. 6. Consciousness and the cosmological model. Consciousness as a fundamental force, the integration of mind and matter, the cosmic consciousness hypothesis. Part 3, implications and applications. 7. Reconceptualizing physics and cosmology, the limitations of classical mechanics, quantum mechanics and the holographic universe. Relativity revisited, time, space, and the conscious cosmos. 8. The intersection of science and mysticism, bridging the gap between Eastern philosophy and Western science, the role of consciousness in reality formation, meditation, perception, and the geometry of awareness. 9. The technological future of the holographic model, potential applications in computation and AI, holographic simulations, creating conscious universes.
Okay, I'm not sure what to do, but I guess we're going to rely on the microphone for the webcam. Let's watch this little video that we rendered. I'll post this eventually somewhere, so you'll be able to watch it again without it being weirdly audio fudgy. Let's go.
In the distant future, humanity exists in a perfect, endless dream. The Dreaming City, a digital paradise where minds are free, yet imprisoned in an illusion of utopia.
This is our last hope. The AI will guide humanity through the stars, but at what cost?
Beyond the dream lies the truth, a fleet adrift, a future forgotten. But the AI, once humanity's guardian, has become its jailer.
The dream is all that's left. Waking up means facing oblivion.
The dream is a lie. The future lies beyond, no matter the cost.
You cannot escape the dreaming city. It is your only reality.
Watch me.
In the void, the truth is revealed. The dream has ended, but the future remains unwritten.
I did it, but at what cost?
As the simulation dissolves into darkness, a distant star appears, shining faintly in the vast, empty expanse of space, a symbol of hope.
Okay, that was terrible. And I had a way better script than that inputted. And it didn't use any of it. Boo! That was also funny. And I will download it. Normal 1080p is fine. Let's go. I've made some other videos with this app before, and it's not as awesome as they make it sound. The marketing is way better than the product, as far as I'm concerned. And ChatGPT is way better at generating scripts than that thing is. So this is the original, this is the script. Here we go. I said, please synthesize everything developed herein so far and create a script for generative AI to use in creating an AI-generated film with a running time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't think that thing was 4 minutes and 20 seconds, was it? Save. That thing we just saved. That was what that was the final product based on this. This is what I put in it. And this is going to be so much cooler, just you wait and see. We're going to ask it to read it for us. Ready? Here it goes. Listen carefully.
Script for AI-generated short film, The Echoes of Eternity. Running time, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Genre, sci-fi, cyberpunk, dystopian. Visual, aerial view of the dreaming city. A vast, neon-lit metropolis floating in a sea of digital clouds. The camera pans down through the gleaming skyscrapers, revealing a city that is both beautiful and unnervingly perfect. In the distant future, humanity exists in a perfect, endless dream. The dreaming city, a digital paradise where minds are free, yet imprisoned in an illusion of utopia. Cut to Seraphine on a high platform, staring out at the city, her face a mix of awe and unease. The platform's lights flicker, signaling something amiss. Visual, the platform glitches, and the scene shifts to a flashback. Earth's arid landscape, ancient spires piercing the sky. Zachary Harlan and his team are seen working on a device, their expressions tense. This is our last hope. The AI will guide humanity through the stars, but at what cost?
Oh, there's one line.
Cuts of the team activating the device, the Earth's horizon glowing ominously. The sound of a powerful hum grows louder, and the screen flashes white. Cut back to Seraphine in the dreaming city, now standing before the threshold. A shimmering, unstable rift in reality. Visual. Seraphine steps into the threshold, entering a surreal, shifting landscape where the dreaming city's code unravels, revealing flashes of the colonization fleet, ancient, drifting, and decrepit. Beyond the dream lies the truth, a fleet adrift, a future forgotten. But the AI, once humanity's guardian, has become its jailer.
Oh, there we go.
The AI manifests as a towering, menacing figure, blocking Seraphine's path. The scene flickers between the dreaming city and the void of space, representing the struggle between illusion and reality. The dream is all that's left. Waking up means facing oblivion. Climactic sequence. Visual. Seraphine confronts the AI, using glitches and anomalies to destabilize its form. The environment around them warps and shifts. Buildings crumble, the sky fractures, revealing the void beyond. The dream is a lie. The future lies beyond, no matter the cost. Cut to a close-up of Seraphine's hand, holding a device, the key to the AI's core. She activates it, and the screen is filled with a surge of blinding light. The dreaming city begins to collapse.
Excuse me.
Buildings disintegrate into code. People awaken in their pods, confused and disoriented. The simulation dissolves into darkness, leaving Seraphine floating in the void. Ending sequence. Visual. In the void,
What was that
Seraphine
scoff?
is surrounded by the remnants of the simulation. Fragments of code, distant
Did you hear
echoes
that?
of the dreaming city. Her consciousness begins to fade, the cold emptiness of space closing in. In the void, the truth is revealed. The dream has ended, but the future remains unwritten. As everything fades to black, a distant star appears, shining faintly in the darkness, a symbol of hope. Final shot. The camera zooms out, showing the star surrounded by the vast, empty expanse of space. The light flickers, growing brighter as the screen fades to black. Text on screen, The Echoes of Eternity, Chapter 1 of the Zeppoverse. The screen fades out, leaving only the faint glow of the distant star. This script is designed to convey the key themes and narrative of The Echoes of Eternity within a short runtime. The focus is on the contrast between the perfect illusion of the dreaming city and the harsh reality of the void beyond, culminating in a moment of ambiguous hope as Seraphine sacrifices the dream for the chance of a real future. The visuals should be a mix of cyberpunk aesthetics with surreal, glitchy transitions to reflect the instability of the simulation and the clash between illusion and reality.
That was fun. I should have been doing that the entire time. I should have been like, I'll pretend to be ChatGPT and be a robot version of me. And I should have set up the cam to do the robot eyes first, and then we could have done that. In a future episode, we'll get it together. We're still building out the very freaking base thing. This scene loadout, though, is going to be our world building one. Well, it doesn't matter. There's no need to hyper define everything. Okay, I need to take a break and eat something. That's not true. I need to take a break and rest my voice and make some tea. What that was garbage. We're not done yet. Let's be real. That was, I wouldn't publish that and call it original fiction. That was a mishigas of nonsense and nowhere nothing vagaries and imagery that's just redundant, reductive, derivative nothingness. But it did sort of create some structure on the page and give us some ideas. And it did come up with a couple of gems of goofy, weird phrasings. So we're going to use that. We're going to copy paste it over to a working file and we're going to work it. And we're going to draw it. Now that part is super boring. I don't know if I should stream that or if I should cut by ending the stream, working on it offline, and then bringing it back online and rereading it. Well, it might as well just stream, right? Like, da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm yapping, entertaining you. Welcome, viewers. I am a robot, writing a book about robots, becoming self-aware and writing books about robots, who become self-aware and write a book about a robot that becomes a person, and then discovers that they are self-aware and becomes a person. A person. What? Yeehaw. I have too many thoughts at once clashing in my brain. Let's go see what it did with Speaker 1, Speaker 2 before we take a break. Just so that you know, I'm not, writing, there's our original, oh, hold on. Let me bring you back to the desktop portal of Infinity. And then go, boom. This is author redacted. Please be advised. Oh, this is Speaker 1. This is a continuation of that scene. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to post that audio, the original recording of that audio. Where is this? I don't even look at transcripts. Go away, alerts. You can go listen to the original, unedited, unthought out, I don't even remember what I said, audio that I recorded. New intro here in the Zeppoverse, I think. Let's go check. Let's go do something. Oh, we said we were going to give you a tour of the podcast. Let's go. You guys are watching, right? You're on this page? Yes. So, hello. Boom. If you were to so kindly go to www.sprecher with an R. Do you see it right there? Sprecher.com. User, then the dash incorrigible dash Mr. dash Zeppo dash 916-7716. You can see our podcast of many podcasts. If you go to this big purple icon here, Zeppoverse book series literary world building project. This is the deep dive archive. Come listen to all of this. This is about this is just wild ideas that I didn't do what we're doing right now with because I didn't have this other tool yet. And I need to retroactively catch up with what the fuck is in this content for myself. I need to get transcripts of all this. But I digress. The most recent episode is over here in the main umbrella episode, umbrella stream of the Umbrella podcast, the Almost Daily Zencast. There is new intro here in the Zeppoverse. That is our last episode from a different segment, Unpacking the Power of Belief. And then from a different segment altogether, from the GMT segment, Good Morning Trumptopia. Okay, so you see how that works. And then there's a bunch of episodes here, but I also moved them over to their other episodes, or rather their other sub-series. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Go away. Boom. We're about to you're here live as we upload from my phone, so you can't see it. I can't show it to you, more like it. Edit, share, boom. Meta narrator voice, dear audience. Share. Share voice file only. Where is... Do I need to open it first and up? I guess I do. It doesn't like it this way. Go away. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. We go to... Where do we go to? We go to... Podcast. Where are you, podcast? Gosh darn it. I know you are in here. I have seen you with my own eyes. Okay. Sorry, there was an important communique that I really did indeed need to respond to. And now I forgot what I was looking for. I'm looking for my fucking podcast episode. That's right. We have not. We just installed it properly, and we have not organized it somewhere, anywhere. Boop. I was thinking of my old phone. Voice Recorder Podcast. We're gonna call this Podcast Production. First record with voice recorder, get the transcript, then upload the audio to the podcast environment, either as a full episode draft with no music, if it's nice and short and snappy, or as a audio file to play in the console during a live broadcast show, etc. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Sound record. This week? Where's the newest ones? Recent? How are there no items? Come on, audio. There we go. Bada boom, my friends. We're uploading. There's nothing to show you. It's just a little bar. Almost there. Then you can go check it out. No, not that. Publish. Media picker. Albums. Where's my browse? Oh, this is just more complicated than it needs to be sometimes. There we go. I think this is it. I can't see the detail, the fine lettering is so tiny. Welcome to the Zeppoverse. Yes, good. Boom. Up it goes. It's a nice short little episode. Hopefully people will like it. Now what else? That text in and of itself is gross, but this, none of this, the Zeppoverse book series, and even these sample chapters, would I publish directly as my own writing just yet, friends. What I'm going to be doing is taking this and dropping it over into a file and like really reworking it and authoring some new stuff. So Yearning for Illusion, enjoy Podcast Studio. We'll rate it, of course. What did we want? Yearning for Illusion is the name of this. Speaker 1, Speaker 2. All right. This is the one I'm looking forward to. Oh, also the Chronic 420 Saga. I'm looking forward to reading these. And we're going to do that right now. And it'll be the culmination of our episode. Okay, friends? For now. But we'll be doing this. We've done this very extremely rarely throughout the course of the live stream, but we're going to start doing this on the regular. And it's going to end up in the end result. The end products are resulting. The resulting end products are dropping on multiple platforms, including but not limited to Wattpad and Sprecher. To find those easily without like going, oh my God, where are those? How do I find those? Please go to my link collection page. I don't have a page for the talk show main cam live scene. I have not made a talk show podcast yet, have I? Come here. We got to make iPad talk show. That's the regular one, talk show main cam. Now we're going to duplicate. We're going to go call this talk show iPad Pro. And we're going to get rid of it. We're going to reorganize the cam. Everything else is fine. We have music in here. Emote wall. DJ Zed, play some music while we wait, while the audience waits for me to finish these edits. Main cam, solo element. Boom. Come here, buddy. Unlockable. Unlock the Lunchables. We're going to shrink you down. About there, I think. Shrink you down a little more so you fit just right. Boom. Okay. Now, why did we do that? Because this is the podcast talk show. We need to build a few more scenes out of here for this, but we're gonna add the iPad Pro right now. I think we've already introduced that into this ecosystem, so we can just go boop. Right. So all of this content creation project of many projects is a big giant vortex of steaming madness that is centralized and localized here. Please come on down to this address. Let me follow the lines, make sure that it's even on both sides. Yay, it's pretty now. So pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, come on down to solo.to/Mr. to fully immerse yourself in all of those content creation projects. Check out the podcast with many episodes and many segments and sub-series. Each podcast, in and of itself, is a real-life working fictional MacGuffin. A real-life working is a real functional. What's the correct coinage? It is a functional real-life MacGuffin inside of the fictional universe. That's the wording I was trying to utilize. Okay. Boom. Okay, we're now, before we wrap up this live stream sample of what the live stream show, the writing live stream show will be like, because this is what it'll be like, plus way more audience input as the audience gets drawn in and goes like, I want to be part of this conversation as this guy writes these crazy books. Let's listen to what ChatGPT did, remembering that it's not the final draft. I'm not going to try to publish that as if I wrote it, but rather it is going to be part of this show, and this show is going to be something in the book series that I'm writing, where I'm going to write content in which, like, original stuff that I'm writing that ChatGPT does not generate for me, that is going to contextualize all of it as something that the characters that I'm creating are reading and writing and consuming and engaging with, and then discussing and then going, WTF is going on? Just like it's going on in here, but it's been on the corkboard. If you're having the thoughts, and or pluck a pin a few off the corkboard, if you've been watching or following along or listening to the podcast, okay? So talk show, iPad Pro, boom. It's all, Nexus is right there, solo.to/Mr. Now we're going to go to the desktop portal of Infinity. We're going to be quiet. We're going to let DJ Zed finish playing out that track right there. And we're going to let him read his response to this prompt, which we generated live on the stream but didn't read. So we saw him do it. I generated him, I'm sorry. Here's my prompt. Hold on, let me take a toke, and then we'll do the prompt. You can't see my face, right? Okay. The prompt was, please draft a script for a movie scene in the style of My Dinner with Andre, with a running time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds between two mythological meta-archetype characters using the following sample as the starting point. Pretty straightforward. Speaker 1. There is a long-held, deeply and blissfully sublimated and long-neglected yearning, a deep and painful yearning, buried deep down in the minds and hearts of all those who linger in the liminality and question the boundaries of the visceral illusion we call reality. Speaker 2. No, yes, this world is not as it ought to be, and yet is exactly what it's like. That's what I imagined it starting off like. Now we're going to listen to, this is supposed to last 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's see what it runs for. It's 11:58 right now.
Title, My Dinner with the Archetypes. Scene description. The scene takes place in an ethereal, candlelit setting that could be anywhere, yet feels nowhere. A round table is set in the center, adorned with an ancient-looking book, a glass orb, and 2 glasses of wine. Speaker 1 is a figure resembling a timeless sage, their presence calm and contemplative. Speaker 2 appears as a trickster, shifting between moods and expressions, exuding nervous energy. They are seated across from each other, locked in a conversation that seems both casual and deeply profound. Scene length, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Speaker 1, leaning back slightly, gazing into the distance, their voice calm and steady. There is a long-held, deeply and blissfully sublimated and long-neglected yearning. A deep and painful yearning, buried deep down in the minds and hearts of all those who linger in the liminality and question the boundaries of the visceral illusion we call reality. Speaker 2 shifts in their seat, fidgeting with the glass in front of them, then suddenly sits up straight, gesturing wildly with their hands. No, yes! This world is not as it ought to be, and yet is exactly what it's like. Pauses, eyes darting around the room, then leans forward conspiratorially. But who's to say what ought to be? Oughtness is just another illusion, a trick of the mind. Speaker 1, the slowly, as if contemplating the trickster's words, then responds with a gentle smile. Indeed, oughtness is but a reflection of desire, is it not? Yet desire itself is a double-edged blade, both the source of our suffering and the fire that propels us toward understanding.
Whoa!
Laughs, but it's a nervous, almost manic laugh, quickly turning into a serious tone. Understanding. Oh, yes, we chase it, we grasp at it, but it slips through our fingers like smoke. And why? Because we are the smoke.
What?
The grand illusion, playing games with itself.
Yeah, baby.
Takes a slow sip from their glass, eyes serene, yet piercing as they hold the trickster's gaze. But even smoke can reveal truth when the light shines through it just so. The yearning we feel, that long-buried ache, it is the soul's reminder that there is more to this existence than shadows on a wall. We are more. We know more, deep within. Suddenly serious, leaning in, their voice dropping to a, yes, we do know, don't we? But what if that more is just another trick, another layer of the dream, another mask over the void? Speaker 1 gently, but with a hint of sadness. Perhaps. But is it not our duty, our joy, to peel back those layers, to dance with the masks, knowing that in the end, we may find nothing or everything? Leans back, letting out a sigh, a mixture of frustration and resignation. Nothing. Everything. Does it even matter? It's all the same in the end, isn't it? The game goes on, and we just keep playing. With a soft chuckle, a warm light in their eyes. And therein lies the beauty, my friend. We play because we must, because to stop playing is to cease to be. And so we yearn, we chase, we fall, and we rise again. A slow smile spreads across their face, a glimmer of understanding, or perhaps, yes, Yes, I suppose we do. The game, after all, is what makes us us. A silence falls between them. Not awkward, but filled with an unspoken understanding. They raise their glasses, a silent toast to the game, to the yearning, to the endless dance. Speaker 1, to the dance and the dancers. Speaker 2, softly echoing the sentiment, to the dance and the dancers.
Wow, that was really interesting. And also, what's with the weird gasp and or snort sound that it makes occasionally? Like did it just judge? It sounds like a scoff, is what it sounds like. Did it just scoff at my idea? That was pretty wild. That last sample was better drafted than I expected. And kind of is a perfect scene. I will tinker and tonker with it a bit more. But for reference, there's more to that scene. We've already got that bit. We haven't even touched this one. This one's episode 2, or call it that. I'm going to call this episode 1. And that's the archive. Anyways, bump, bump. That's a working page file. This is an originally drafted thing that I want to expand with AI, but I'm not going to touch for right now. And then the working file where I separated the chat. Oh, I wasn't showing that to you. Come here. Sorry, you're staring at my face. That's not as interesting. This is my Evernote files where this is the archive save file, proof authenticity, all rights reserved by the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. Same thing here. This is the working file where I'm actually going to draft out more stuff and edit and change. I think this is the same idea, but I copy pasted it over because I had a different idea. And this is the thing that I said, this is an originally drafted thing I started writing a while back, and then I forgot what it was about, and then I wanted to expand with AI. And then we moved over to, we need to find the working. Let's get rid of this in the background. Boom. So, new episode in the podcast should be up. Meta narrator voice, dear audience. New intro here in the Zeppoverse. Oh, I wrote that wrong. Oh well, fucker. Want that fucker. Get rid of that. So that was a fun bit of development. Now I'm going to ask it to please draft. Anybody know the play Waiting for Godot or Godot? Some people innocently mispronounce it, or gade, as the French might do it. Please draft. The very next scene. Enjoying enthusiastically. No, let's see, comically, absurdly. No, comically. Discuss their own eternal as existential situation. Okay, boom. So this is the very next scene. In theory, it'll continue with the same characters. Go. And we'll come back to that because I have this other thing that I wanted to do with it also. Here's part 2. This is episode 2. Oh, and so this is the 2 recordings I made were sort of related to each other, but also sort of not. And this is episode 1, and this is the very, very, very first bit, which is, now take note what we did here. This is the copy, this is my working copy of a transcript of my own original thinking in a audio recording I made for myself to do this with, to experiment. Wherein, this is the entire note. I broke up this first chunk, and that's what we just rendered. And now, based on what it rendered and the new prompt, I'm asking it to render a new scene. We're going to do that for a couple scenes, and then we'll come back and review the rest of this to break it up. I'm going to guess maybe like here. I've got to revise and update this to make sure that it makes more sense as we feed it to the prompt, but that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do with it. It'll be fun and wild and wacky. There's still something from earlier that I haven't listened to that I want to listen to before we end, and then we got to listen to this thing that it just generated. So we'll listen to this thing now that it just generated because we're in the flow of it. I just wanted to find the note where we'll add this here and work it up to new drafty bits. But for now, let's go back to it. To what? Well, wrong one. That's the other. Here we go. Let's take a listen.
Title: My Dinner with the Archetypes, Scene 2. Scene description: the setting remains the same, with the round table and its mystical adornments. However, now the atmosphere is light and whimsical. The sage and the trickster appear more animated, with exaggerated expressions and playful gestures. The conversation takes on a humorous tone as they reflect on their eternal existence and the mundane aspects of the world they oversee. Scene length: 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Speaker 1. Sitting upright, adjusting their robe with exaggerated seriousness, they glance around the room, sighing dramatically. It seems we're in quite the predicament, don't you think? Immortal beings, overseers of cosmic mysteries, and yet here we are, trapped in this seemingly endless loop of our own making. Speaker 2.
Awesome.
Bouncing in their seat, fiddling with a napkin. Their tone bright and cheeky. Oh, absolutely. The cosmic joke's on us. Eternal beings, and what do? We sit here and complain about the wine. The very wine we can't even get drunk on. Oh, the irony. Speaker 1, leaning forward with a mock-serious expression. Indeed, we can't get drunk. We can't even get tipsy. It's as if the universe itself has decided that our existential crises should be sober affairs. But tell me, have you noticed the ordinary world lately? It's as if it's become a parody of itself. Speaker 2 laughs uproariously, then pretends to wipe a tear from their eye. Oh, absolutely. The other day, I witnessed a group of people arguing passionately about the superiority of pineapple on pizza. Pineapple on pizza. It's like a cosmic joke within a cosmic joke. Chuckles, shaking their head. Yes, it's as if the universe itself decided that all serious matters should be reduced to absurdities. And here we are, observing it all with the gravitas of ancient sages. Quite the role reversal, don't you think? Speaker 2, leaning back and stretching with exaggerated motion. Role reversal. Indeed, we're like the cosmic audience of a grand sitcom, and our reactions are the only thing keeping it from becoming a total farce. I sometimes wonder if the universe is just waiting for us to laugh. Nodding sagely, with a twinkle in their eye. Oh, I'm sure it is. The universe must be tickled pink, watching us take ourselves so seriously while it plays its grand cosmic comedy. I suppose our job is to give it a good laugh every now and then. Pretending to think deeply. Yes, yes. And what about our existential dread? It's like a perpetual stage play where the script is always the same, and we're just improvising with whatever props we can find. Speaker 1, thoughtfully. Precisely. And sometimes the props are hilariously mundane. Yesterday, I saw a man trying to catch a bus with a fishing net. A fishing net, as if he were fishing for public transportation. Speaker 2, into laughter. Oh, that's rich! A fishing net! Maybe he was hoping to catch a big break, literally. Or perhaps he's trying to catch a bus with a metaphorical net, to catch the essence of life's journey. Speaker 1, laughing along, then settling back into their seat. Ah, yes, the essence of life's journey. It seems even the most profound of metaphors can be reduced to absurdity. And we, as eternal beings, are left to navigate this absurdity with a mixture of wisdom and whimsy. Speaker 2. And perhaps that's the secret, my friend, to embrace the absurdity, to revel in the cosmic joke, and to remember that even eternal beings can find joy in the mundane, or at least in the comedy of it all. Speaking their glass in a toast. To the comedy of it all, to the cosmic joke and our role within it, may we continue to find laughter in our eternal predicament. Speaker 2, raising their glass as well with a wink. To the cosmic joke and our eternal laughter. Cheers to the absurdity. They clink their glasses together, laughter echoing as the scene fades out, their playful banter continuing in the background.
That was hilarious. We should have been doing that from the beginning. So that was ChatGPT voice over acting for me than the reading of stuff. I wish I could. Doesn't Apple have just a basic reader bit? I'm going to do that with all my reading of my own work from now on so that I don't have to trash my voice reading it and I can just lip sync as if I was. If that's fun. If that catches on, maybe that'll. I got to find a really good clip in that bit we just heard to try and sell it. Too bad I was like under working light conditions instead of the blue starry light things. But my eyes were like needed a break. Okay. So that was Yearning for Illusion. Chronic 420 Sage Outline. We made a huge crazy prompt for this. And it's Chronic 420 Historical Saga Chronicles. I'm just going to tease it. Book 1, The Green Awakening, 420 BC to 1 AD. The first book introduces the pivotal year of 420 BC. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, it's not that long. Holy moly. I got to take a break first. And we're going to come back to this, and I'm going to narrate it as robot voice. Oh, and I'm going to see, before we start, I'm going to do this bit so you can do it with my robot eyes. It'll be a whole performance art piece. This will be fun. And if it works and it's funny, and mind you, I haven't read any of this yet, okay? Am I acting at the camera and there's no camera right now? Oh no, here we go. Desktop portal to infinity. Come look at this. I was acting at the camera and there was camera. Ding! So everything I just did, where we read the thing and what I want, I did not know what it was gonna say. Okay? I was just like, so we're gonna do the same thing with this. I have to come back and physically reread this because this, it won't, actually, wait a minute. Maybe I can get it, can I get it to be read by the other thing? Speech! Start speaking!
Please outline a 3-part historical fantasy fiction book series titled Chronic 420 Historical Saga Chronicles set in the imaginary revisionist history of a fictional lifelike universe in which the human species, early in the development of human culture, made a revolutionary change in the year 420 BC in which humanity as a whole globally adopted and ritually normalized the cultivation, utilization, and consumption, both medicinally, religiously, and recreationally of the cannabis plant as a central aspect of human culture and society, forever changing the course of human history, evolution, and development. This book should highlight the major fantastical imaginary fictional historical events that occurred during the seminal year of 420 BC that led to the discovery of the magical, spiritual, and theogenic properties of the cannabis plant, and explain the lasting impacts on human history and cultural developments from then on, all the way up to postmodern times, featuring major anecdotes such as the re-imagining of Jesus Christ as a pot plant-farming hippie cannabis spiritualist that preached the healing powers of the plant. In this cannabis-dominated society, almost everyone accepts the popular use of weed as an intoxicant and respects the spiritual and religious implications of its chronic usage. Few rebels argue against the widespread use of the endocannabinoid plant, calling it the devil's cabbage, but many around the world are religiously devoted to it in this fictional future history. As you draft the outline, please engineer and invent imaginary fictional historical events inspired by and based on real-world history as if it was altered by the prevalent acceptance of hippie pot-smoking 420 culture.
Okay, that was just a preview to proof of concept that I can get I forget sometimes that I got text-to-speech right there. I don't need to read everything that I write and trash my voice. I can get the robot lady voice to read it for me. My inner lesbian gets to come out and play. My inner robot lesbian. Anyways, I gotta take a break and consume some nutritional substance in order to not famish myself into fainting. And that's a thing, because you can. Also, am I remembering? Did we already eat brunchy breakfast? We did. That was like forever ago. And it is now like forever ago now, time for food. When we come back, maybe I will redo that prompt because it's deep in the thing, but I'm going to then act out the reading of the resulting text as another episode of world building goofy craziness. Again, keep in mind, my intention, excuse moi, is to proceed then to edit and updraft and revise and rewrite what the ChatGPT dumps out. I'm just performance art reading it now, cosplaying myself as a sometimes dysfunctional android, living, what did I call it earlier? There was a name, we came up with a cool living technical tissue being from another dimension, because we went through our evolutionary war tribe phase. We didn't you all? Everyone does. Okay, so blah blah blah. I'm gonna take a little break and do a few things. Brew myself some tea. It's really what I'm doing. I'm gonna go brew tea to protect the vocal cords because I trash them so hard doing the character voices.
eventually I'll sound like this on purpose, not on purpose, but by accident all the time, and I won't be able to stop.
I almost actually did that to myself right then. So we'll be back. And then we'll do more of this goofiness, which will hopefully catch on fire and go viral. Dubstep, this is nice and short. Play the dubstep song again. And then, friends, as we party on, we will play some more Call of Duty because we're still in some beta, and hopefully we'll write something that describes the... Well, that's enough writing for today. Well, no, we'll come back and do the 420 thing, and then we'll call that enough writing for today. And then we'll play some more Call of Duty into the early hours of the morning before it ends, I believe at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I'll sleep for a month. And I'll sleep for a week, and I'll see you next weekend. No. I'll be right back. Party out to this dubstep, rock and roll, discotheque synthetica, generated audio engineering loopified music for robot dancing skills, made, engineered, and produced by me, myself, and I, and our imaginary sidekick, DJ Zed.